Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about something fun. Murder. Last summer I was on jury for a murder trial. It lasted 3 weeks, but it was all worth it for that sweet, sweet wage of $15 a day. Woo! I'm rich! It's very weird to get called in for jury duty because nobody wants to be there. Everyone's miserable and pissed off they're missing work. It's like the Hunger Games. You're just praying you won't get selected. Or that Jennifer Lawrence will show up and volunteer as tribute. So they bring 54 potential jurors into the courtroom to be interviewed. The judge is there, the defendant is there, the lawyers for the prosecution and the defense are there. They ask questions like, where do you live? What do you do for work? Do you have any family or friends in law enforcement? Do you think Walking Dead jumped the shark when they went for that cheap cliffhanger, totally ruining what could have been their red wedding moment? Stuff like that. And everybody is desperately trying to get out of it. Everybody. One guy was like, I can't do it, I'm narcoleptic. And every so often he'd go like, sent him away. This middle-aged Mexican dude was like, I can't do it, I don't speak English. And the judge was like, really? How long have you been living here? 26 years? Really? So you've been living here for 26 years, working as a truck driver, but you don't speak good enough English to be on a jury? Slow down, you're talking too quickly, I don't understand. Sent him away. One lady burst into tears. She said, I can't do it. The defendant reminds me of my niece. Sent her away. By the way, you heard that correctly. The defendant was a woman. It's 2016, guys. Women can do everything men can do, except be president. Now, were those people being sincere? I don't know. It's a cliche in TV and movies to get out of jury duty by acting crazy. But once you actually get in the room, it feels like such a shitty thing to do. I couldn't do it. So when it was my turn to be interviewed, I was honest. I said, my name's Joe, I live in LA, I work as a producer, no family or friends in law enforcement, and yeah, that Walking Dead cliffhanger sucked. The premiere this season should have been the finale last season. Then one of the lawyers was like, what do you mean you're a producer? What do you produce? This is when I first started making YouTube videos full time. I said, I make YouTube videos. And he said, oh, really? How do you make money off YouTube? I said, well, I make this show called Joe Goes. It's man-on-the-street comedy videos at events and cities across the world. I'm plugging my YouTube channel at the jury selection for the murder trial. It's like I'm on a talk show. Hey guys, you want to watch a clip? I brought a clip from Joe Goes to the Topless Parade. As you can see, the only thing I'm guilty of is being hilarious. And they picked me, but not as one of the 12 jurors, as one of the 3 alternates. So I had to be there the whole time in case somebody got sick, but I was not allowed to be in the deliberations. It's like being on a basketball team and you go to practice for 3 weeks, but then they don't let you play in the game. Which I have experience doing. Fuck you, Coach Gunderson. Now, I don't want to make light of the murder. It was a terrible thing, but there was one aspect of the process that I thought was interesting. The use of social media. They put the defendant's text messages up on the screen to try to prove intent and motive. So all these conversations that were private were now being seen by a room full of strangers. And one of the text messages was just slightly incriminating. I'm going to kill Jason. Obviously, this is a turn of phrase. A lot of people say, I'm going to kill you, and don't mean it. But in this case, someone actually got killed. It would be like if you texted somebody, your baby's so cute, I could just eat him up. And then you had a delicious baby sandwich. Not a good idea to text the crime you're going to commit. Note to self, do not text, I'm going to murder Coach Gunderson. The trial was very sad, it was very tragic, but there was one moment of levity when the lawyers would read text messages and explain the acronyms. They'd be like, TTYL, which means talk to you later. FU, which means fuck you. ATM, which means ass to mouth. Or actually, at the moment. Sorry, I just not ass to mouth. I don't know where that came from. Recess! Recess! We need a recess! Then at one point, the lawyers got in an argument over an emoticon. One of them was like, and this, which means puzzled. Objection! That means confounded. And the judge was like, overruled. It's too bad they didn't debate any emojis. And this, which is an eggplant? Objection. It's a penis. Eggplant. Penis. Eggplant. Penis. Sustained. Again, as an alternate, I had no say in the verdict. While they were deliberating, I was at a bar reading Moby Dick, like most cool people. But I came back to hear the verdict, which was, "I'll tell you in 6 months! What an exciting cliffhanger!" Just kidding. The verdict was guilty, and it was very emotional. Nobody took any joy in this moment. The defendant was crying. Some of the jurors were crying. Part of me was glad that I didn't have the burden of judging the defendant on my conscience. I don't like judging people. That's why I do Tinder like this. In closing, jury duty is a pain in the ass, and it never happens at a good time. But it can be interesting, it's our civic duty, and you can get a good story out of it. I was on jury for a murder trial for 3 weeks. Pretty good story. I edited videos and masturbated for 3 weeks. Not a good story. All right, see you guys later. I gotta go meet up with Coach Gunderson.
Yo, it's Ghostface Killer. I want y'all to subscribe to Joe Ghost.
No worries, mate!
Subscribe!
No! It's not an orgy.
Women only, women only.
I love Bad of Shame. You should come and look at it.
Click the f***ing button.
Oh! Little rude.
Sorry.